Hi, my name is Captain Nabia Sheikh, and I'm going to be talking to you about what my leadership philosophy is, who has the most influence on developing my leadership philosophy, and what event propelled me into creating my leadership philosophy and how I adapted it. So the person who has the most influence on my leadership philosophy has had to be my 11-year-old son, Aiden. I had him at a very traumatic time in my life. I was 17 years old when I got pregnant with him, and I was a child myself. And so I had to grow up very fast and decide what kind of life I wanted for both myself and for my son. The values that I centered around teaching my son and also living my life was perseverance and drive can lead you to do wonderful things. And I hope that that's something that I've taught him over the years. Because I had him with me, he propelled me to being successful. I was able to get an ROTC scholarship while I was at Baylor University. Then I was able to go on and get accepted into a master's program at Columbia University and finish my master's and commission from there from a very prestigious Ivy League university. And then I was able to take him to my first assignment at NAS Pensacola to flight training and get my first choice of aircraft upon graduation. I was able to train and qualify and deploy twice while conducting single parent ops when I was stationed at Davis-Monthan. And if it weren't for him being a part of my life and me having the added responsibility of having to take care of him, I wouldn't have the perseverance and the drive to continue to push forward. For my 16 personality test, it resulted in me being labeled as an architect. I think it described me pretty accurately. It said that I was more introverted than extroverted, which is pretty accurate. I do like smaller social settings where I can have more meaningful conversations with people and develop on a deeper level. It said I was more intuitive and I valued thinking over feeling, which sounds about right. I don't like to jump into conclusions or jump into decisions. I really like to weigh out my options. And I'm not the most decisive person, but I like to know what my choices are. It said that I was more judging and than prospecting and imagining, which fits hand in hand to my personality. So I would say that it was pretty accurate. For my personal leadership philosophy, under the full range leadership model, I would say that it's inspirational motivation under the transformational method. What that means to me is giving and leading by giving control and empowering others, by recognizing what your followers' needs are and adapting your leadership style to meet their concerns. So you're constantly changing your tactics, you're constantly fixing what it is that your subordinates are bringing upon you or showing you that they need changed. And that's how you lead them, not just by a good example, but by showing them perseverance in the face of adversity, and also that you have resilience and you can bounce back from any situation. So I would say my personal leadership philosophy is leading through giving control and empowering, leading by good example, adapting, and persevering in the face of adversity. Thanks.